On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have left California.
This Brownsexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised that the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Oh, yeah! Back and better than ever. Good morning. Woo! Welcome to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Glad to have y'all with us. 8 minutes after the hour. We are stacked and packed with some great sports talk as we take you on a 180-minute journey with the best sports talk show in the region, across the nation, and around the world. We all welcome those of you watching on YouTube, on both the Snowman Multimedia YouTube channels and the Shady Sports Network YouTube channel. And we also welcome those of you listening on WIRUDB in Chicago, as well as forgot the call letters, but it's a new station in Chicago, and I'm so happy to be headlining it. Got a lot more deals coming on the way. WQEE in Atlanta, KSOS in Salem, Oregon, and WLEO in Baltimore, Maryland. We welcome those of you also watching on Zebo TV as well as the BS3 network. And welcome to those of you listening on our flagship station, Snowman Multimedia Sports Radio. We got a lot to do and a short time to get there, and had a whip around planned. I still plan on it, but let me say a few things, and let me say thank you to a few people. First off, I want to say thank you to you guys for sticking with me and sticking with the show. And I'm about to cry because y'all mean the world to me. All right? I mean that. Everybody who comes on, everybody who appears, everybody involved. And let me shout out my wonderful, awesome executive producer, Mr. Cole Johnson. Cole, I know we haven't been on the air together lately, and I know I've been so inconsistent with this since my health problems rearose. But man, you mean the world to me. That's about the only way I can put it. You mean the world to me, brother. And I would not and could not be able to do this without you. And I mean every single word of that. I can't do this without you. I just can't. And let me shout out both my guests that I'm going to have today, or all of them, to Victor Locke. Thank you for the gift of your friendship for the last 24 years. I had a talk with him this morning, and he said most men don't get along or be friends for a couple of years, let alone 24 of them. I can't thank you enough for hanging with me and sticking with me through all the tough times, through everything. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Let me thank some people in the chat. Rye, the Aces and Hawkeyes guy. Brother, we have a Big Ten tournament to cover. And though I just met you, I can't tell you how much you mean to me with everything that you're doing, and all kinds of support that you have given me. To the fellows, my beer bros at the Strikeout Beer Podcast, Alan and Rapid Dave, thank you to you for the appearances that you've allowed me on your program, and just being there to listen. Just being there to listen. To my buddies Tank Spencer and Jeremy Green from Asheville, North Carolina, and ESPN Asheville, thank you to you for sticking with me. I plan to have Jeremy on hopefully later this week. The Angry Black Man's in the house. Thank you to you for checking out today's program. You and the rest of the chat and everybody tuning in, very much appreciated. To a fellow I'm going to have on later this week, Michael Lyle. Man alive. Michael came to me and said, let me know. He said, what do I do when I'm presented an opportunity? I said, he's a big time Giants fan. I said, strap on the headset and be like Otis Anderson. Just be like Otis Anderson and plow over the goal line. And I also gave him a Price is Right reference when I said, when you see that opportunity and you get it, you call me and say, welcome to the Price is Right. Well, about a month after that, he called me and said that very thing. And my gosh, I'm shaking. My gosh. It's just a few of the people that have been there with me and for me. And like I said, I had a whip around plan, but I just thought this morning I need to thank a lot of people. Sig Diggy, my buddy from Norway, he tells me all the time, whenever you need a break, you call me and I'll fill in. You know what, Sig? On the days where I am not here, you and the big dog Shane Lake, as well as Victor Locke, I'll have to take y'all up on that offer, especially this year when my wife and I get to do something for a second straight year that I didn't do in my first marriage. Take a vacation. Last year, of course, y'all know we went to Branson, Missouri. I still haven't produced that video yet, but I will. Rye says, sometimes it's hard to get out the darkness. I know because I'm there very often. And though I get encouragement to push on, nonetheless, depression still exists heavy. It's a fight out here, bro. Yeah, you got that right. Because after I had my right big toe amputated and my doctor, let me shout out my doctor, Rebecca Payton, my family doctor. She said it straight. She said it straight and said the word amputation, and it knocked me for a loop. I thought me beating pancreatic cancer was the hardest fight. Oh no. This one, when she used that word, amputation, I never thought I'd have to go through that. So when she said it straight like that, I gotta be honest, y'all, it mentally knocked me sideways. Physically, I'm getting better. Let me shout out uh I can't recall his name, but my podiatrist, he has been Dr. Warnock. Dr. Warnock, thank you, brother. Thank you for giving it to me straight, giving all the news to me straight of what I need to do and how I need to handle it. And all the fights that I've been through physically, all the fights that I've been through mentally, is going to be worth it. My counselor, thank you for not only getting in my head, but staying in my head and giving me the encouragement to push on. A la my Northwestern Wildcats, push on and push through. To my daughter, Cheyenne, who texted me one night and said, I'm coming over and there's nothing you can do about it. And of course, I got 100 shades of excited. Thank you, baby girl. When I had my cancer surgery and I woke up the next day and I see this fiery redhead come flying through the door with the rest of the doctors while I was in ICU, I said, okay, I'm in good hands because Cheyenne is an ICU nurse. Oh my gosh. Getting all this out is so y'all got to understand. And Rye, I know you, and I know everybody in the chat understands. Getting all this out is being very therapeutic. And Cheyenne pointed this out to me. She says, you have a way of getting all your feelings out. And she pointed to this microphone. Cheyenne, baby, I'm going to use it. I promise. To Sonia, man, let me tell y'all, when I met Sonia, I didn't know how to handle it. And then the next person one of the next people I'm going to thank pulled me aside and said, look, she's an adult. My son's an adult. You got to handle it that way. Which brings me to my son, Dakota. This goofy kid who people tell me I should identify him as my stepson. Screw that. That's my son. That's every bit of my baby boy. I still call him my baby boy, even though he's 25. I don't care. First day I met him, and he let his dog Ferguson loose, and I hadn't been around dogs. I stood up. I got to share this story. I stood up, I put my hands up, and Fergie stood on his hind legs and wrapped his front legs around me in a hug. Because that's what Dakota taught him. Thank you, Dakota, for all the times that you've picked on me. Sonia, for all the times you've picked on me. And I was delightfully told that whenever, if they start picking on you, they accept you. And they have. To my baby girl, Carmen, who when I saw her and the grandkids on Thanksgiving weekend, who I'm going to produce a podcast with her and Cheyenne. So get ready for that. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, baby girl. I know you've been through a lot. I know some of the things that you've been through. Do I know them all? No. Am I going to know them all? Eventually. Man, Carmen, I have to say to Carmen, to Cheyenne, Sonia, and Dakota, my 4 children, I am proud of all of you guys for everything that y'all have put together, for everything that y'all have done. And thank you for accepting me as your father. And to say that I appreciate you guys would be a horrible understatement. Which lastly brings me to the woman who has saved my life on 3 separate occasions. My wife, Jody. And of course, y'all know her as Dr. K. Oh, man. Dr. K, where do I begin? I begin in July of 2018. And I was sitting in a Starbucks, and I didn't know what life was going to bring me. So I said, F it, and I was going to throw in the towel. I mean it. To use the description of my buddy Raphael, I was right on the edge of that cliff when I got a message from Jody. And she yanked me back from that cliff just in the nick of time. Just in the nick of time. And man, when she yanked me back from that cliff, it's like her message to me basically said to me, I don't know you, but I need you. And the first time I called her, I was doing a football game, Michigan City and Chesterton. A lot of you know this part of the story. I put the phone in my ear. I was doing a play-by-play sequence. And when I heard her giggle, I was a goner. I was a goner. I have often said, and people have asked me, what's the best sound you've ever heard? In 3 words, my wife laughing. Hell, 3 more, my wife's voice. Jody, baby, you mean everything to me. You saved my life when I was going to end it by coming into my life. You did it again when you made a hard decision and we moved from North Carolina back here to Indiana to get some help when I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And a side shout out to Dr. Roganoff, my oncologist, who made a phone call to Dr. Attila Nakib. He and his team performed the surgery to get the cancer out of my system and save my life. And that all started with Jody making a hard decision to move us back here to Indiana. And lastly, when my big toe was gone, we had a hard conversation about Lucy, and y'all know Lucy, my sweet little dog. And then we said, no, Lucy can't go. Lucy's my spirit animal. My family is my spirit. So Jody, baby, I will never, ever be able to say thank you enough for lifting me up and allowing me to lift you up and allowing me to be there for you as you have been there for me. I can't say thank you enough. To everybody I just named and to the people I didn't name, I apologize, but there are so many of you. Cool McCain, Coach Dante, Jay Spivey, who will be here in about an hour and a half. Actually, in about 120 minutes from now. Man, oh man. I can't say thank you enough to everyone. I mean it. I can't say thank you enough to everyone who has been there for me and with me, and those who continue to be there for me and with me. I can't say thank you enough. And I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate you guys. And I want to thank you guys for allowing me to get this out and allowing me to be me, allowing me to give you the sports talk that y'all desire, which is truthful, which is from the heart and from the soul. And from the heart and from the soul, I love you guys. I truly do. Do me a favor, support the stream via Cash App. The tag you need is $Tallman Dr. K50, and I'm going to borrow from my good buddy Dr. Thunder. If you can make a donation to this for the lunch gang, he uses hashtag sandwich gang, but I'm saying hashtag lunch gang because by the time I sign off, it'll be lunchtime. But if anybody can help make a contribution for this, not just for me, but for my family, because I have decided this is the way I'm going to help my family. I have decided this is the way until I start getting like real big time sponsors, which a friend of mine is going to help me with. This is what I do. Period. I have made the decision, and I made it this morning while I was setting up, and I damn near canceled the show. And then I said, no, I'm committed to this. And I'm going to stay committed to this and to you guys. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that I've named and those who I didn't name. I can't thank y'all enough for allowing me not only these moments, but allowing me into your homes for the past 10 years. Whether it was an hour, whether it was 4 hours, or whether we're settled, whether it was 2 hours, or where we're settled right now, which is 3. Thank you guys very, very, very much. And I love y'all. Back in a flash.